Hello.
Hi, we're gonna let people filter in again. God damn it. I fucking hate everything so much. So goddamn much. Where's the alternate? Where's the fucking Twitch window? God damn it. I'm so just salty right now. Like 110% salt. Let the
Internet
Discord
problems
go.
don't stop.
This is the third fucking stream this week where this has been an issue. And this isn't even peak hours. It's 10 in the morning. The fuck? Like, it's 10 a.m.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so this is going to be the full episode.
We're going to go back? Okay.
Yeah, so everyone...
We were just letting people filter in.
Yeah, so thank you for everyone for the follows and the likes.
Yes.
Sorry this is not going up on the YouTube version, the first part of this. I'll save it as a VOD for the Twitch, though, for those of you who
want to talk some Postmates talk.
Who want to hear me complain about delivery drivers and not being able to find... Like, what blows my mind is, like, it's listed as the only house on the corner. You just need to look at the fucking corner.
Just look at the corner.
That's it.
Just because the house itself is not directly on the corner.
Yeah. Just, you can purposely see a fucking building. God damn it. I'm just angry. Just,
Well, anyway.
Anyway,
How you doing?
Alright, so... Alright, so I let the Discord know. God damn it. So just 110% salt. I just, every time this happens.
Yep.
Our
stream's a little bit choppy again, but I think it's just...
yeah, that's because you're hosting the fucking... Like, every time that you host the call, we have frame rate issues.
Well, why aren't you hosting the call?
Because you didn't accept the call because it didn't register.
Because it didn't register. Do you want to try again or
no? No, I do not. This is a very delicate balancing act where fucking
I guess so.
Shit will just break the second that, like, something happens.
All right.
God damn it. I'm so just done right now. Like, just maximum pissed off. We had a good little chat going and fucking just shit the bed entirely. Yeah. Why?
Man, I don't know.
Doesn't do that when, like, it's like the 2 a.m. stream with just me and one dude talking.
Yeah.
Ethan, what happened is I live in the hood, and people steal cable, and it causes internet problems. As if you watch the Friday stream, story time will let you know. I'm actually going to redo that story time because it was at the end of the night and kind of fucked up.
Oh, okay.
For those of you who don't know what story time is, during my solo streams, I take anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes to tell a weird or interesting story from my life. Or the game industry. So, yeah, anyway, alright, so we're gonna give people a couple more minutes to filter in. Sorry about the technical difficulties, everyone. You know.
I just have to rely on like lentils and ramen and things I can make at home easy, because my building is such that I can't deliver anything without people getting lost and calling me and trying to figure out what's going on.
And that almost gets rid of the trouble. Well, it's just like how I always hated delivering to people or picking people up at gated communities when I was an Uber driver.
Okay.
Like, I was just like, just get outside the gate. Don't make me get to the gate and have you call me and have me remember the code. And then, like, it just showed me, just fucking just go to the gate.
Yeah.
You fucks.
Yep. I understand you want the ultimate convenience, but as long as that gate's there. And that's kind of like what it is with my building, is like you have to go through a call box to get into the building. And if you use the call box and call me, I'll let you in. But I would totally understand if you said, as a driver, it's like, man, would you just come to the door down below? But then I as the customer want the ultimate convenience, and so it's just like, man, I'm just gonna make my own food at home.
Like back when I had a closed gate, like it was, you know, that was one thing. Like, because like, okay, they have to unlock the gate, and then like the house is surrounded by Jurassic Park.
Yep.
So fine. But like now the gate's completely open. The house is visible. Fuck you. There are no excuses now.
Need to put some crazy LED lights on the front of your house.
Yeah, make it look like a rave.
Yeah. There you go. Color loop.
Get some of those Philips Hue lights. Gated communities do suck. I'll agree with that. That's 100% anti-gated community. Just like I'm also 100% anti-HOAs.
Sure.
I've had a very strong stance on HOAs are garbage. And the reason HOAs are garbage is because I bought this house. I bought this land.
Mm-hmm.
I realize that you're trying to keep property values up by not letting someone let it turn into Sanford and Son.
Mm-hmm.
But fuck you, it's my property. if I want to breed a raccoon's den in my garbage mountain on my front yard, that is my God-given right as an American because I bought this property.
I understand why they want to control it, for sure, because that can have an impact of tens of thousands of dollars on the thing they're trying to sell when they try to move somewhere else. But at the same time, this is how it works.
Yeah. And then also the fact that you have to pay to be in an HOA.
Yeah, that sucks.
Like, my friend Ivy told me, like, my friend Ivy bought an apartment. And she bought an apartment. And it's a very nice 2-bedroom townhouse style apartment out in Sparks. And she tells me what she has to pay in HOA fees, and I'm like, it's fucked up that you have to pay an HOA at an apartment. That's its own fucked up thing. Aside, anyway, so let's get talking. We'll move into the video game talk now. Chat.
Oh, video games.
Video games. So we're going to open up with a review of a game, because the second that I posted on Facebook and Twitter that I've been playing it and streaming it, I get 1,000 people asking me, how is it? How is it? How is it? How is it?
Yep.
How is it? And that's Dragonball Z Kakarot.
All right.
Vidya James says that's what we'll call him now, Vidya James. We're all having a stroke.
Like Super Saiyajin.
Super Saiyajin just makes me think of a Super Saiyan genie.
I mean, they're not too far from being one.
I mean, yeah, like at this point,
some of those characters.
This
game's coming to my GameFly in a little bit.
Yeah, so it was on sale on CD keys for $44, so I jumped on it.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, Amazon had it for $50, I think, if you're a Prime member.
Really?
Yeah, so anyway, so I jumped on it, and this is the weirdest game for me to be reviewing.
Okay.
Because there are two sides of my brain fighting each other.
Uh-huh.
Because I have one half of my monkey brain being like, yay, Dragon Ball!
Yeah.
From my childhood, and the other half being like my decade of being a critic, being like, here are these problems.
Yep.
But then it's being overshadowed by, but Dragon Ball.
I mean, this was the world before Dragon Ball Fighters as well.
Right, exactly. Well, but like at least then the games were either so shit or so good that it didn't like really ever come to a conflict this bad.
Sure.
But this game is good. It's good. It's not great, but it is really good. But if you're a Dragon Ball fan, a big enough Dragon Ball fan, it kind of can push it into great.
Sure.
Um,
Okay.
so I'm going to discuss what I do like. Character models and presentation are beautiful. Like there are legit scenes from it that look straight from the anime. Like there are little scenes that are like one for one, shot for shot from the anime, like that. Like I'll show a couple of scenes in this trailer here that they have on Steam.
Okay.
Um, so that's one thing. I like the fact that they almost want to make playing this a substitute for watching like Kai, as an example, is what they're doing presentation wise. And in a lot of ways, it works. Like they nail some of the biggest and best scenes from the franchise.
Okay.
In other ways, like there are a couple of ones that are disappointing. Like for example, when you, so I'm going to spoil this for someone who hasn't seen Dragon Ball Z somehow. When Vegeta fights Zarbon for the second time, in the anime and manga, the way he kills them is he punches a hole through his armor, and then he shoots a beam through his stomach. In this, he just blows him up.
Why would they change that?
I don't like. I think it was honestly just a time and marketing type thing. Like that like and but then there are ones where like the fight against Raccoon, the cutscene where Raccoon dies, is way more elaborate and awesome than the show.
Weird.
Like it's really weird. Just like how there's this like discrepancy in cutscenes where like some cutscenes are like way more more stylized and a lot of work put into them, and then other ones are just like kind of in engine talking with like it's like light animation. I guess the closest comparison I could give it to would be like Yakuza.
Okay.
Yeah, like how Yakuza has its like for its like big moments or stuff they really want to showcase. They have these big like ridiculously well photorealistic, well animated cutscenes, and then they have just dudes in a room talking.
Yep.
Um, so there's that. So yeah, that's the presentation, and then the final complaint I have with presentation is like it's really good, but if you really look at it, like really deep dive look at it, you'll notice like those textures can be kind of ugly on things that like aren't character models, and like yeah, most of the time you're not going to notice this because you're flying around and doing shit, but during the slower pace moments you do kind of notice it a little bit.
Okay.
So there's that. So yeah, but overall, very enjoyable presentation. They picked the right tracks from the Japanese show. If you're like me, it's a little bit of a bummer that they don't use the Bruce Faulkner score, but you know,
no one does anymore.
No one does. That's a relic lost to time, unfortunately. Unless you're like, I've always said I want a cut of Kai with that.
Right, that's the one I would watch.
Well, do you know how fucked Dragon Ball Z home video is?
No.
So, you literally cannot get a good version of Dragon Ball Z on home video, except for Kai.
Why is that?
Because all the cuts of the original show are all, like, cropped incorrectly or have shitty color correction.
Oh, we talked about this once. I forgot.
Yeah, so like your best bet if you just want to watch through Dragon Ball Z is Kai, but if you want the original cut, you're either gonna have to spend a fortune tracking down those original 3-episode release DVDs.
Dude.
Yeah, so for you kids who don't know, if you liked anime at the turn of the century, the way you had to buy this shit was in individual DVDs, 3 episodes at a time. And they were anywhere from $10 to $30. In the year like 2003. So you'd go to your Suncoast Video, and which that statement already makes me feel old.
I was gonna say I don't think I've stepped foot in the Suncoast for a while, probably with good reason.
It shut down like our freshman year of college, I
That
believe.
sounds about right. Okay.
But you would go into the Suncoast Video with your allowance or your money from your shitty part-time job.
Mm-hmm.
And if you wanted to watch the anime that wasn't on Toonami, you would go and you would buy it in 3 episode chunks from the Suncoast. So
It's why I got really familiar with like 6 specific episodes of Pokemon and like 6 specific episodes of Dragon Ball Z,
yep.
and then the rest I could catch on video because I couldn't afford more.
Yeah, so you would rent those from the Blockbuster, or you would once you got enlightened through the internet, like everyone of course caught on to anime piracy.
Yeah,
Once broadband became like accelerated enough and shit.
sure.
But yeah, so yeah, like so otherwise like you have the Dragon boxes, but that only goes up to Cell, and it only has the Japanese music. Then you
Uh,
have the Orange Bricks, which is one of the worst cuts and looks like shit. Then you have you have like a 2011 re-release that looks amazing, but also only lasts like the first 2 sagas,
wow,
and like it just didn't sell well, so they short shipped it.
I see.
And then you have the Blu-ray sets, like the current Blu-ray sets, which are cropped, but are the least shitty crop yet, at least,
Okay.
and have the less noise reduction. Like it's just a
Why? Why
fucking
is this so
nightmare.
hard?
Because they don't want to. They don't want to do. They don't want to spend. Funimation is a small enough
Really?
company to where they don't want to spend the because it is expensive
Sure.
to do this shit. And then they also need to go to Koei Tecmo and God, who's Shueisha, I believe it is the owner of Dragon Ball.
Right.
They need to go to Shueisha and be like, hey, can we have these original cuts and film cuts to go and do these digital conversions and prints?
Mm-hmm.
And the answer is typically ha 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 no. So
Crazy.
yeah,
Crazy.
yeah, no, absolutely. So rewinding on that, the back to so yeah, like honestly, your best bet at this point is like Kai, because they went in and they did the proper cutting and widescreening and color filtering. Um,
Okay.
but the problem is you miss out on like if you like any of the filler that's in Dragon Ball Z, which some people do, and some of it is cool. You lose that. Like I love the Otherworld tournament. It's a dumb small arc. I realize that, but it's still a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to Dragon Ball Kakarot.
Yes.
You have these big. So that's it from a presentation standpoint. From a gameplay standpoint, um, yo dog, you ever play Dragon Ball Xenoverse?
I played a little bit.
Because the combat's very similar to that.
Fine.
Like you have a melee attack button, you have a dodge button / fly really fast button, and then you have you hold down left bumper. I play on an Xbox controller, everyone. Uh, and it brings up a list. Here are the 4 attacks you picked for Goku to have. You know, and if
Mhm.
you're in a team fight, like let's say it's like Krillin and Gohan versus someone, you can press right bumper and Krillin will have 2 support abilities he can use, which the correct answer is always Solar Flare. Always Solar Flare.
Okay.
It's free hits, especially if you and then you have the combo abilities they showed you last night.
Yep.
It's like it's really cool looking. Like it looks awesome. It looks like Dragon Ball, but it is brain dead simple.
Sure.
Like it is like okay, I have melee stun attacks that I'm going to use to guard break. I have key attacks for big damage. I have a dodge button. I have regular melee buttons, and I'm going to use this in a way that all combines together to get the job done. And it's very, very simplistic.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not looking for Dragon Ball Fighters level of depth, but like I would just like just a little more maybe.
Something
Like
to engage a bit more.
like maybe like a Devil May Cry. There you go. Like
Okay.
give me, well, no, that's really like, okay, about a God of War. Like
Okay.
give me like some combos, some basic combos. Give me a little bit of, flash for like being awarded for skill.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of the time, because it's an RPG, it feels like at times I win through pure numbers. Like, because I like went and did a bunch of side quests with Gohan, and then went into a main mission and just nuked the main mission.
Sure.
So that was something to be said. Um, so you have that, you have all that piled on, and then the open world feels kind of empty so far.
Yeah, I was looking a little bit of that
Like,
for last night's stream.
well, granted, we're on Namek right now.
Also, Namek has like nothing.
Yeah, but like even on Earth, it's like you have all these orbs, and then like you'll have like a fishing spot and a hunting spot, and you'll like run into like one or two side quests per zone. Now
Mm.
I'm still very early in the game. I've done one side quest to help the Pilaf gang,
All right.
and I've done one to help the Ox King, and like that's it. So obviously, if this, this could obviously expand out way more, and I could be incorrect, but for now, it's just kind of seems like that's not what you're here for, basically.
Yeah.
And then so there's that, and then one thing that is surprising to me how deep it was the cooking.
Okay. The cooking, really?
The cooking.
What?
So there's two parts of this game that are very interesting to me. One is the cooking, because when you make meals, it gives you temporary or permanent experience and stat buffs. Um,
Hmm.
and if you know a really good cook like Chi Chi, she can make you full course meals where literally you'll have, which getting all the ingredients for it is kind of annoying, but if you do it, you literally have this cutscene of your character, Goku, Vegeta, whoever it is, and his party, if he has one, sitting at a table, just eating all this food Dragon Ball style, and
Right.
like just experience bars and health bars just going up. It's really um yeah, Nasty Boots, that does seem like a very viable. I'm gonna get to my final verdict in a minute here. At least from what I've played so far, I'll give a final verdict when I finish it, probably in the next week or two. But so so you have this like world that's like kind of empty but still has fun stuff doing, and they've added some additional scenes for like hardcore Dragon Ball fans.
Okay.
So like if you're so like it doesn't just show Raditz laying on Earth. It shows the cutscene prior to that of Raditz being like, "Oh yeah, I have a brother." Da 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 da.
Oh, weird.
So like they've added additional scenes for context sometimes.
Yeah.
And then the final big thing that sticks out in my mind is the community board. So there are like 7 different communities that all specialize in something different. The adult community, the fighter community, the technology community, the adventure community. And you get a little representative for each board. And if you connect them, you get certain bonuses.
What?
So like one of them is like on the fighters board, if I connect Vegeta, Piccolo, Tien, and Goku together, I get the bonus former enemies. And I get a bonus for all those characters. That's like 10% extra health, 10% extra damage. You know,
Okay.
or I could swap out one of those characters and put Yamcha, Krillin, and Goku together and get the Turtle School bonus.
Okay.
And that gives me a different set of bonuses. And you want to try and maximize these as much as possible. So right now I have Goku connected to the former enemies, but I also have him connected to Gohan, so he is getting that bonus as well, the father-son bonus.
Okay.
And so stuff like that. It's this fun little system to play with. Like in the adult community, I have Roshi connected to the Pilaf gang, and I'm getting
Okay.
like a 10% discount at all stores because of it.
Huh. Wow. So you're managing all these power-ups or buffs, whatever, through each community. Each community has like a set of...
Yeah. Yep.
Interesting.
Yep, and you can choose to pull your characters from one community to another, so on and so forth.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and you unlock certain ones through doing side quests.
I like the idea of Goku just grabbing someone by the shirt and, no, you're talking with these people now. I need you over here. Just talk with Vegeta. Talk Vegeta. Yeah, he's mad at you. He's mad at everyone. Keep talking.
Yeah,
like 10%.
I unlocked the Pilaf game through a side quest. So,
wow, really? So you can unlock like some notable characters.
That's how you get Ox King is through a side quest.
What? Yeah. Okay. How are the side quests? Did we talk about that?
They're very much like go to place, collect stuff, go to place, murder things.
Okay.
Go to place, talk to someone.
I guess that would be how it goes.
You know what this kind of reminds me of? So you know what we always talk about how like there's no AA games anymore. It's either indie or AAA.
Right.
This honestly feels like a AA game.
Weird.
It feels like a relic from time.
Huh.
So final verdict for now is whether or not you should buy this at full price is going to come down to this. How much do you fucking like Dragon Ball?
How much would you like to watch it all over again?
How would you like to relive it again? And if you're like me, it honestly feels like they took Legacy of Goku 2, because that's the one that's a more in-depth RPG that's actually a good video game.
Okay.
Legacy of Goku 1's kind of a piece of shit.
I enjoyed playing it when I played it, but I was also like 10. I don't know.
Yeah, man, pick up that game now.
I'm not. I have no machine to play that game.
Emulators, homie. But I actually have it still. If you want to play it,
of course you do.
Look, we've had the conversation.
We have.
Yeah. I also have my original Pokemon cartridges.
Of course you do.
I also have a copy of Clay Fighter 63 and a third.
Why?
Because I got it as a gift from like a Blockbuster for like $3, and I never sold it, and now I just think it's funny to own. It is
funny to own,
especially because on the top of it has a Major Video sticker.
Oh, great! All right.
You know, when Reno didn't have a Blockbuster or a Hollywood, it had a chain called Major Video. For those of you who didn't know that. I'm not sure if that's... Legacy of Goku 2 is just a jump from the first. The events of the first game become irrelevant. Yeah, dude, totally true. Legacy of Goku 2, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated Game Boy Advance games. It is such a good RPG. And this kind of reminds me if they took that and, kind of dumbed it down a bit and made it 3D and made it really flashy.
Okay.
I'll say this. If I paid $45 for it, you can still get it for $45 at CD Keys. If you want to buy it through Steam directly, it's $60. And the shame, Boo's Fury was kind of a step back. Well, it was too easy. Boo's Fury was just too easy. Especially if you did side quests, you were just going in and just whooping everyone's ass. So this is gonna be my verdict on this is how much you're gonna enjoy this is gonna come down to how much you enjoy Dragon Ball. If you're like me and you have all the movies on Blu-ray and you have the original Dragon Ball on Blu-ray and on that shelf back there's a statue of Goku, Vegeta, and Piccolo, and on the lower shelf there's one of Cooler, and you're just a huge mark for Dragon Ball, you're gonna fucking love this. You're even in my deepest of deepest critic brain that is mean gets immediately overridden when I do the Kaioken and I punch a dude through a mountain and followed up with a beam in this big open 3D world.
Yeah.
That said, if you are a more casual Dragon Ball fan and you just like Dragon Ball, it's a solid action RPG, but you kind of wait for a price drop.
I'm coming at it as like I want to play it, but it sounds like what it is very much trying to recreate what you were saying before, like recreate the Kai experience of like seeing the whole series, but through a video game.
Yeah, with some additional context. Yes, go on.
Right, and I just don't know if I have the time for it. I would enjoy it if I sat down and played all the way through, but I don't think it's something I'm going to buy.
Well, yeah, because it's a. From what I'm hearing, you're looking at what you're looking at is a. From I've been hearing about a 40-hour game, not including how much you're going to spend on side quests and whatnot.
Sure.
I don't know if it's going to be my favorite Dragon Ball RPG. It's been a long time since we've had a good Dragon Ball RPG that isn't the Xenoverses.
Right.
And the Xenoverses I kind of consider differently animal because they're kind of this weird MMO thing.
Yeah.
And it's not retelling the story. It's just like you make your dude.
Yep.
Overall, I had a good time though.
Right. All right.
Yeah. Just I'll report back once I'm done because I'm still on Namek. I'm still gonna be streaming this. I'm gonna be streaming Resident Evil 2. Yeah. That's been that.
Cool.
Did you play anything new?
Nothing new. We beat the champion in Pokemon last week.
Rad.
And it just abruptly ended, which is like kind of how it goes in Red and Blue. But it was just like it's been such a weird game. There's a bit of post-champion conflict.
For those of you who want to know what we're talking about, it is Pokemon
Sword and Shield.
Sword and Shield, yeah.
The newest Pokemon. So we finished the story, quote unquote, and the credits rolled on our stream on Thursday, and then there's a bit of post champion conflict that we explored, and I'm not sure where that's going to go. There are characters that have been shown and talked about in Pokemon that I did not encounter in the main story. So I'm not sure what that's about yet, personally.
I got to the point with this game where like I just kind of I burnt out on it.
Like you experienced the whole of this game's experience within the first couple gyms.
Okay, so this is my experience. Is like, yeah, it was kind of fun but annoying, and it was really way too easy. Let's see. If you have room on your docket, STO will be turning 10 next month. Not really, bro. Sorry. Like, I don't think. Did you ever play Star Trek Online?
I did.
Do you have an account?
I do on my PS4.
Do you want to check that anniversary out?
I can check it out. I haven't played it in a long time, but I could take a look around.
Fair enough.
I would probably have to update a bunch, but that's okay.
All right. Well, yeah.
I'll take a look. Maybe I'll take a look. I'll see what I can do with my PS4 and get that set up.
For sure. So like, I kind of played this, and I just like, on my way to the fourth gym, I was just like, I just don't care anymore.
They don't really give you much to care about, and they don't really introduce a lot of new Pokemon because they're kind of, they've kind of made so many. They're like, let's stop making as many new Pokemon. That's a lot, which I understand. But then on the other hand, it's like, all right, so then your appeal is you have a new region to explore, which is very tongue-in-cheek, like, this is in the UK, mate. We're going to have a champion time. And it's like, all right, nope, yep, I get it. Yep, that's great. And then there's no conflict up until after you beat the 8th gym. And like it's apparently resolved by the time you go to battle the champion a second time.
I'll say this: the gym theme is fire as hell.
They have some good music. I will say that
Dynamaxing is stupid.
It's another form thing. They don't want to do. I don't know why they keep changing it up. But
Mega Evolutions were awesome. They're still
Mega
awesome.
Evolutions were so damn cool.
Now we get this fucking.
And they were trying to do Z moves,
which were okay. Like they were
fine, but in the same way that Dynamaxing is fine. If you can get a Gigantamax Pokemon that like evolves into its own Mega Evolution form, but only through Dynamaxing, then yeah, that's cool. But and then seeing like these gigantic Pokemon in a stadium looks pretty damn cool, especially when you land like a finishing blow and that Pokemon just explodes.
Right, and then you also have that sick ass theme with them chanting going along with it.
Yep.
You know, like
when you get that all together, like it is a fun time. But Mega Evolutions were such a cool idea, and it was a way to give evolutions to Pokemon that didn't have any evolutions. It was it was a way to make fan favorite Pokemon that weren't necessarily big Pokemon, to give them something, a form that felt more deserving of the fan base, like an Ampharos. And there was cool stuff, and they just didn't do that with this. And then they tried the wild area. That was the big deal here. And I think that is going in the right direction, but I think there's more they need to do.
You know what would be cool is if I weaken a Pokemon, I should be able to catch it. Fucking stupid. Stupid.
It's resisting your Pokeball.
Like, I'm just like, look, just why do you have the disobey mechanic then? Why even have it? You're not gonna why even have the mechanic? So, for those of you who don't know, in Pokemon, there's always been this mechanic where if you don't have enough gym badges and your Pokemon is way high level, it'll disobey you and tell you to go fuck yourself.
Yep.
Okay? In this game, you can go into this area where you catch wild Pokemon, and it's known as the wild area, and you'll run into Pokemon who are way higher level than you. And if you manage to weaken them, you still can't catch them if you don't have the appropriate gym badge.
You're just not allowed.
You're just not allowed. And I'm like, this is fucking stupid. I put in the legwork to fucking weaken this Snorlax that is 15 levels above me. I should at least be able to catch it for later. Oh.
I think we talked about this last time. I think that it could have been an attempt to keep people from catching Pokemon, because sometimes they'll most of the time they'll disobey you, but sometimes they will attack. So if you caught like this mega leveled Pokemon in the wild area, you could just, even with them disobeying you, it would be a frustrating ass time, but you could still steamroll over every gym if you wanted to.
Right, but like I can already do that.
Well, yes, but you can do it better.
Like I can already do that with with my fucking my like ridiculously overleveled bunny rabbit. But whatever. Alright, so you finished up Pokemon?
So I'm gonna keep playing through this second bit that seems to be going. I don't know what that's about, but as far as I've technically finished the game, and I am not very high on it. It was the Pokemon experience, so playing through it. It's like the whole Dragon Ball thing. If you're into Pokemon and you're into the Pokemon world and vibe and all that, and you just want to go in and have that kind of time, that's perfectly acceptable. But in terms of like a mind-blowing, like this was a great addition to the Pokemon series. It's fine. They need to do some work.
Okay. Put some more time into that GTA 5.
How's GTA 5 going?
GTA 5 is going great.
Great.
I just realized I'm going to finish the PC version, and now that the Xbox version is free on Game Pass, I'm thinking about it's the only one you haven't beat. Might as well.
Yep.
That's funny. It's so much fun, man.
It's so good.
It's like, it's just this world that it's like this parody of America that is just fun to dick around in. Like, it's fun to listen to the radio. The driving feels great. Yep. Like, it's just, like the heists are amazing. Like, yep. I genuinely like all three protagonists for different reasons.
Yep.
Trevor is a fucking hilarious nightmare. Michael honestly reminds me of my dad a little bit. It's weird.
Huh.
Okay. Franklin is the everyman.
Yep.
Like it just so good.
Yeah, I would stream GTA 5 if I wouldn't get lost in all the people streaming GTA 5 because that game
Yeah,
is just fun.
so I had that experience on Kakarot this weekend, is because it's new release and everybody and their mom is streaming it.
Yep.
I was like even with like a full house watching, like for us, like I was so far down there. It's the same thing when you were streaming Pokemon, like the opening weeks. Like it was just like you just get buried.
Yep.
It's part of the reason why like my fighter streams do so well is like if the home if you're our lovely audience, you people show up, we get boosted up to like top two, and then new people see how awesome we are.
Right.
And for those guys who are subscribers, you lovely God Kings. By the way, we did add our sub benefits to. You scroll down in the about area, see our sub benefits. We got emotes coming. We got a bunch of other benefits, including a sub only Discord channel. If you subscribe to us, you get a bunch of cool shit, and you also get the title of God King. So yes, Shenron is still the Almighty, though.
Well, yes,
he rules over all of us.
But
anyway, yeah. So GTA 5. Going back to it has been a wonderful time.
okay.
And I'm trying to think if there's anything else I did. Yeah, no, that's about it. Like Dragon Ball Fighters, as always, like putting time.
Right, exactly.
Gotta put that work.
Man, so I was I needed to test. So over the last week,
Mm-hmm.
I got it all in just in time for my stream on Thursday. I just got a bunch of new equipment.
What'd you buy? What'd you get?
So this is a new microphone I've got.
Mm-hmm.
It's an Audio Technica something or other.
Is it the one I have, the AT2020?
It actually might be. It might very well be that.
I'm gonna be so happy if I come over and I'm like, oh, the microphone I've been using for a decade.
Yeah, it's cheaper now than when you got it. So
yeah, back then it was $200 fucking microphone.
Yeah, no. And then I got a mixer.
What'd you buy a mixer for? Because I know you're, are you running a second XLR mic for a reason?
No, so it's just to up the highs and lows on my voice to make it sound better in stream, and it makes a difference. It really makes a difference.
You do sound more bassy.
Yes.
You already had a good radio voice, though, so
Well, thank you very much. But the reason this is also all coming through is because this mixer board has an FX send, which I can send to a audio to a mix amp, which I've connected to my computer. So now it comes through the Skype call.
Oh, you mean one of these?
Yeah, something like that. Yep. Something like that.
I have one of those. It doesn't get as much use as it probably should. It's mainly used for surround sound audio with headphones is what I use it for.
Sure, yeah. The only reason I'm doing this through this setup is to get my voice quality at least somewhat better over a Skype call, because I'm always the one that's calling to you to stream.
Right, and my microphone is fine. The problem with my voice is I sound like a nasally Seth Rogen. So
I sound nasally too. That's something we always are a little overcritical of ourselves, I think. But and then the last bit of gear I got was I got new headphones.
What'd you get?
My whole HyperX were breaking, so I got what's it called? The Astro A40?
Yeah, my buddy.
Yeah. These are some of the most comfortable headphones I've ever worn. These are amazing. So I'm thrilled about those. I love the way they look. Yeah. Yep. Now you've been rocking Astros for a while.
I bought a pair of Actually, I got a pair of A30s as a gift in 2012. And then I upgraded to A40s in 2015, and these are by far the best headphones I've ever had. Especially, Did you buy the full kit with the amp?
I didn't get the one with the amp because I already have my own amp thing here.
Because the full kit with an amp comes with extra cables. Like I have breakaway cables and shit.
Oh, cool.
I have daisy chains to run streams and all kinds of shit.
Nice.
I actually want to buy the newer amp though, because it does 7.1 instead of just 5.1.
Yeah, 7.1. Playing Overwatch with that kind of surround sound, let me tell you.
Dude, no, like I play Halo in 7.1, and I feel like the goddamn predator. I'm just like I am the danger here.
We need to do a Halo doubles stream or something.
Yeah, we need to do a Halo community night. For everyone in the chat who's interested, subscribers, of course, get first dibs, and then followers. If you guys are down for a Halo community night, we are certainly ready to get that going.
Yeah, that would be fun.
So if you got Halo on the PC, you know, hell
go
yeah.
back to Gamecraft's origins, and we're all just hanging out together playing Halo.
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Oh, god damn it.
Do you want to make it 2 p.m. on a June afternoon? Oh god.
Oh wow.
Oh never mind PC. I'm a pleb. Oh, that's okay. Well, hey, I have the console version as well. So if is it crossplay? Yeah,
that's the thing. Is it crossplay?
Yeah, because if not, we can also do Gears. Gears is definitely crossplay.
Yeah, Gears is crossplay, but also Gears isn't Halo.
I know, but like, if it means getting everyone involved,
that's true.
You know, I'm willing to make that work.
Yeah.
So
anyway, the whole reason I brought up the gear is that I needed to test it. I wanted to do a test thing before the stream for Pokemon, and I booted up a little game called Burnout Paradise.
Oh, okay.
That game's still great.
It is. Which version did you boot up? Did you boot up the remaster, or did you boot up like the old?
I believe it's a remaster. That's what I got.
Okay, on the PS4, yeah, that's a remaster.
No, on the PC.
Oh, okay. No, that might be the original. Depends on what you're.
If that's the original, I don't know. I can't tell.
Okay.
But it's still, that game feels great. That world is still a blast to drive around in. It's still great to race cars, and the fact that you can stop at every single intersection and start something. Still one of my favorite games ever.
Fair enough. Weird that you say this, is I actually bought some stuff for the stream as well. Not this camera angle. So I run my stream from 2 camera angles, everyone. Depending on what we're playing. If I'm playing a console game, it's on the big TV. If I'm playing a PC game, it's on this setup. And for fucking years and years, the big TV setup looked like a nightmare because in the background was just a hamper and some bullshit. But I went out and I bought a shelf. And now it looks all fancy and I look very, like, professional now. And pretty soon we're going to be hanging up some framed and signed art to go along with that. So
cool.
Yeah. And versus on this angle, we could see the Zelda art and a little bit of the Yakuza art and my fight stick. So.
Yep.
Anyway, so we.
Nice.
So yeah, I actually have a checklist. Next, I'm looking into lighting. Because Sunday mornings, the light's perfect because I literally get it shined upon me. But otherwise, I have issues.
When you're at night and you're, because that's when you're doing your Friday night streams. And
I'm thinking about adding Saturday night now.
You were saying, we were on last night, and you were thinking about adding Saturday.
Well, it's just because locals Dragon Ball is so inconsistent. Like and that's like
if that's gonna be the way it is, then yeah.
Yeah, and then like you just added Pokemondays.
Yep.
And I'm just like, that means we would have every day covered except Tuesday and Wednesday.
Pretty much.
So. And then we're working on evergreen content. Speaking of, you can follow us on Insta. Scroll down, follow us on Twitter, scroll down.
We have our social medias pretty much set up down there.
We've been really active on the Insta because we've noticed it, gets traction.
When we upload clips, man, let me tell you, people love those clips.
Good. I don't think we have anything that's 1 minute long this week, unfortunately.
I uploaded one clip from my Pokemon playthrough. We went into a hotel room and found someone who was in the shower that they referred to as their partner, even though they're a ground type.
I I guarantee you when I do those Persona 5 streams, we're gonna make a lot of clips.
Oh yeah. No, we gotta be. We're making a bunch of clips. We're just getting into the hang of it.
Yeah. Anyway, so we all right, well that's cool. New equipment, new set dressing.
Yeah.
Um
Oh, so this whole weekend got thrown out of whack because my place is getting inspected, which has meant me grabbing a bunch of crap and taking it
ve-
down to dumpsters.
Very similar experience because I had the exterminator come and we need a second treatment soon. And it basically meant I had to tear the entire living room apart and kitchen
Wonderful.
apart. And then I just need to leave it there. So now, with the exception of my bedroom and Steph's bedroom, this entire house looks just like a war zone.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that is what
That's
it
where
is.
we're at right now. So,
So we got news.
news. News.
News. So where do we want to begin? Do we want to go with
Earliest.
earliest? All right. So, GameStop, the horrible, terrible pawn shop of the video game industry, is like wah. All the news about PS5 and the Xbox Series X is negatively affecting business.
Well, of course it's going to. What happened last time?
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like I don't know what like these companies expect. Like with all this constant growth. It's like, dude, no, it's like I'm sorry, people are going to stop buying the old box once they know about the new box coming. It's the exact reason why like I was looking into getting my girlfriend an Xbox One X or a PS4 this holiday, and I just decided, I'll get her the new thing next year.
Right.
You
And
know?
they've sold so many of those boxes, like crazy numbers.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
So, like, this is coming from a company that has been in troubled waters for a while now.
Right.
That like the video game industry and like consoles, they've been doing gangbusters in terms of numbers. So to hear this now, I just this seems more indicative of where GameStop's at than anything else.
Well, it's a GameStop that more and more people are buying games digitally.
Sure.
Like it's just more convenient. It's more, it's more like let's put it this way. Option A: I wake up, go to work, tired after work, drive to Best Buy, GameStop, whatever, pick up my copy of Kakarot. They maybe not have my copy of Kakarot. Come home, install, etc. Option B: I go on Steam, I buy the game 2 days before it out, I preload it. Thursday night, I get off work, I just play it.
Right.
Like it's like, and I'm not against hard copies. Like you can, clearly back there for those of you who've seen the console streams, you can see an entire shelf of PS4 games and PS2 games. And in the living room, I have a bunch of PS3 and 360 and original Xbox games, and, all this shit. But it's and I was just talking. Ethan brought up, hey, I'm looking to buy a PSP. Ethan, I'm gonna buy yours eventually. It's just a matter of timing and money,
Mm-hmm.
because we want to get lights and all this other stream shit set up. So, so yeah, like it's one of those things where, um, it's one of those things where, like, like brick and mortar video games are dying. Just like who the fuck? A perfect example is like, who the fuck buys Blu-rays anymore?
Yeah. I mean, I can't. I am not a typical buyer, but I haven't had a reason to get a physical copy of a movie.
Here are the movies I buy physically: the MCU and Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
You know, even movies I really love, like I really love, The Irishman. I'm not gonna go out and buy a Blu-ray of The Irishman.
Right.
You know, like
Nope.
that's probably my movie of the year last year. It's up there for sure. No, I'm good.
I mean,
Um,
yeah. In the age of streaming, in the age of where we can just get everything through the internet.
in the age of where on my phone I can press a button that turns on my TV, boots it to Netflix instantly, and I have a a show loaded. Why the fuck would I ever fucking go to the like? It's the same thing with like this grocery app, right? So let me tell you. I go so a lot of the time, most of the time, with the exception of my meat, I pick up most of my groceries at Walmart. So it's right down the road. Meat, I go out of my way to go to an actual butcher and deli because I'm picky, and it's worth the extra money. Some things are just flat out worth the extra money. Uh, and I'm telling you, if telling you right now, everyone, at minimum, go to a more traditional grocery store deli for your meat. You'll notice the difference in taste, and you'll notice the difference in your health instantly.
Okay.
Especially for salmon. Especially for salmon if you're cooking salmon or fish. So I go out and Walmart has this thing where you go on their app, and if you're buying $35 or more worth of groceries, most of the time it's free pickup. So
Hmm.
you go and you queue up all this stuff, and then you set it for pickup like 3 hours later, and you go, you pull up to the special part of the parking lot, you say I'm here, they come out with all the groceries you ordered and put it into your car.
Great.
Fucking amazing. I don't need to go in the store and deal with people. I don't need to go hunt for shit. It's someone else, like, this is taken care of for me, and they come out and they put it in.
Yep.
And you know what? And if you're willing to pay the extra money, I'm personally not. But if you're willing to pay the extra money, they'll even deliver it to your fucking house.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, but I can get it for free even just drive down the road. You know, that's
But the whole point of this is that if I'm going to go get a video game, if I need to get a video game, I'm not necessarily going to go to GameStop. I'm not going to necessarily go to any store to get it if I can just get it through the internet
right.
or through like GameFly or something.
Or like even then, just like you have Amazon, where like I really want the collector's edition of Persona 5, right?
Right.
Like I pre-ordered that. We'll go on my Amazon right here. So you can see the fact that I ordered toilet paper on here. Everyone, enjoy that.
I mean, you're getting groceries.
Yeah. So, all right, Persona 5, like, it was $100 or $90, and it comes with the mask, the soundtrack, the art book, steelbook, all this other stuff. And instead of having to go to GameStop, deal with whatever GameStop's going on, get guilt tripped into pre-ordering, even when I'm already planning to pre-order, this just shows up at my house day of release. The one advantage that GameStop has in this scenario is GameStop, I get it immediately. This, I have to wait for the mailman.
Right.
That's the one difference. That's it.
Eh.
So, like, come on. Like, well, why would I ever?
I like GameStop and game stores because when I'm just walking around in a mall and it's like, let's go to the game place. I like video games. Let's go to the game place and go look at what games are being sold. And oh my God, look at the amount of action figures and T-shirts and plushies that are being sold at this place.
Yeah, and I also like it for buying like old consoles and like old games like they keep like Sega Saturn and
Sure.
Sega Dreamcast and all that kind of stuff. Like that's a different story, but it's just like,
Right. I still go to GameStop every now and then, so I don't know what they're having problems with.
I know. When was the last time you bought something from GameStop?
Well, actually, Death Stranding.
I got it. Yeah, that was me too. But before that, I honestly couldn't tell you. Oh wait, no. I know exactly what it was. I bought my Xbox One X from GameStop.
Okay.
So it's about a year and a half between purchases.
Okay, so I probably went Death Stranding and maybe Pokemon Shield But otherwise, like I'm trying to buy. Again, I'm primarily a PC gamer, which means Steam, which means good old games.
Yeah, Steam, GOG, Origin.
I'm not going to GameStop for any of this.
I'll occasionally buy Steam cards. Because I'll trade in a game and get GameStop credit and then spend it on a Steam card.
Okay.
Like that's what happened with Call of Duty. Like I bought COD, I played COD, I loved it, and then I was like, yeah, I'm kind of done with it, and traded in, got my $30 worth of Steam credit.
Yeah.
So yeah, moving forward.
Primarily a PC gamer, they need to consider playing. Yeah, I know. Oh, I don't know if I can switch my character stuff from PS4 to PC though.
You should look into that.
I should look into that because if I can't, I don't know if. Yeah, see, that's the thing.
Yeah, no.
I put in a bit of work. I'm not like top level or anything, but
that'd be like asking me to start my WoW character over. Like, fuck off.
I just didn't find. I enjoyed it for what it was when I was playing with friends, but it wasn't something that alone by myself like I was enjoying enough personally.
Towards keyboards.
Yeah.
You can play. I'm not sure if you can. I know Final Fantasy 14 on the PlayStation 4 allows you to plug in a keyboard.
Does it?
Yeah. So STO might allow you to.
I'll have to take a look into that. But.
So moving forward, we have GTA 4 is not available to buy on Steam.
Oh.
Yeah. So. GTA 4, for those of you who don't know, was a Games for Windows Live game. And you're probably wondering, like, okay, what does that have to do with anything? Well, it means Games for Windows Live had to generate the codes. And what that means is they no longer can generate codes, meaning they're all out, meaning you can't buy Steam versions of this at all.
Right.
So if you they want to allow Xbox and PS4 to do that because they want to have X platform at some point. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they do.
That more and more people are trying for that. So if you're one of like the 5 people who hasn't bought GTA 4 yet on the PC, I usually have to use Rockstar's launcher or wait for them to come and work on a fix for this. Apparently, a fix is coming out. I'll say this. When the first review, game is no longer purchasable on Steam. R.I.P.
Yep.
So yeah, they're looking at different options for redistributing on PC, and we'll share more information. The game is still on Steam, but you can't purchase it. And wow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Oh my god, so many people on the Dear Lord. So many people are making memes of this.
Of course they
are. Like, first they came for the cabbages, and I did not speak out, because I was not eat cabbages. Then they came for Radio Vladivostok, and I did not speak out, because I did not listen to radio. Then they came for Johnny, for the Johnny for GTA 5, and I did not speak out, because I was not a fan of GTA 5. Then they came for my GTA 4, and there was no one left to speak for me.
Yep.
I love you, Internet. Yeah, so...
Okay.
This game, when it first came out, it ran like shit on PC.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I remember, like, not being able to get the PC version of this to run, like, 6 years later on a 770. Like, it took until I had a 1080 to brute force this game to run perfectly.
Good God. But, man, hell of a game.
Yeah, great game. Real bummer that that's happening, though.
Yeah, but...
Such is what's happened when you tie yourself to a platform that died because it was terrible. The only good thing to come from Games for Windows Live is that Halo 2 on PC port and getting achievements in PC games, which you get now anyway. So
yeah, I was gonna say. So now, like, that serves nothing.
No. Phil Spencer confirms Xbox will be at E3. No surprise, they'll probably have their own separate presence like last year, though. Like, they're not going to be on the show floor.
Sure.
Um,
Like, why?
yeah, why would you? Gamer saves friends live from 5,000 miles away after they had a seizure.
That's nuts.
Yeah, so 20-year-old gamer in America saved a friend's life 5,000 miles away. 17-year-old Northwest England resident was playing video games online with 20-year-old Texas resident when he experienced a seizure. I put my headset back on and heard only what I could describe as a seizure, so I started to get worried immediately. I asked him what's going on and if he was okay. We didn't respond. I started to look up the emergency number for the EU. When that didn't work, I had to hope for non-emergency would work. And an option for taking a real person. I can tell you how quickly I clicked that button. BBC reported Lathora had Jackson's address, even though the two never met in person. Police drive Jackson's parents' surprise. How do you not hear your kid having a seizure? At 9:40 p.m., after 40 minutes after Jackson's seizure started, Jackson's parents told police they hadn't called anyone, but when the police explained the call had come from America, Jackson's mother went upstairs to check on his son, finding him extremely disoriented.
Ugh.
Jackson had previously experienced a seizure in May 2019, according to the BBC. He's waiting a new appointment at a local hospital to address the issue. Jackson's parents expressed gratitude for Lathora's quick action. We're extremely thankful for what Dia did and shocked that we could be downstairs and not know anything that was happening. Miss Jackson told the BBC Dia had our address but didn't have any contact numbers, so it was amazing she managed to get help from so far away. I've spoken to her and expressed our thanks. She's glad she'd help. Aiden is a lot better, and hopefully everything's okay. When he has his appointment at the hospital, he's doing well.
Okay.
This is a cool story.
Yeah.
I've met a lot of good friends across the world through online gaming, and it's stuff like this warms your heart.
How did he manage to get that number again?
Internet.
He just looked it up?
Yeah. Because you can look up like the emergency contact information for other countries pretty easy, I imagine.
Okay.
Yeah. We had a series of delays this week.
Yes, we did. We got a few.
We got our spring a little cleared out, bud.
And we were worried about that for a bit.
Like we were just like, oh god, we're gonna be doing nothing but playing games. Non-stop.
I mean, we're gonna be doing that anyway, but yes.
But like trying to get them all into this podcast. Hey, Marvel Avengers delayed from May till spring, or May till September.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII Remake gets a 1-month delay.
Okay.
Out to April. And then Cyberpunk gets a delay all the way out until September 17th. Lest I remind you, though, this does not really matter all that much, because here are the games that are still coming out between the middle of February and the end of May.
Okay.
Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, Yakuza Remastered, Doom Eternal, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Resident Evil 3, The Last of Us Part 2, and Persona 5 Royal.
That's still a decent amount.
Yeah, and I'm sure that there will be some indies or something I am forgetting that's in that list.
A little easier to handle, but still not.
Still, just like that's a lot. That is a good amount.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh yeah, Neo 2 is also out in that range.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, so and for baseball plans, MLB The Show, of course, but
sure.
All right. So I mean, good on them. Mega Man 0 / ZX Legacy Collection 3 days before my birthday. Fuck yeah! When's your birthday, Ethan?
Man.
What?
I'm just looking at a couple other stories while we're...
Okay. February 28th. Right on, duder.
Nice.
Yeah, no, you're getting your Mega Man fix right before your birthday. Awesome. No.
How do you feel about these delays?
I mean, good. Good.
Yeah, like unfortunately, a lot of news stories came out saying that like we had this whole thing like last year or last few years where it's like delays suck, but we need to stop whining about them. We need to let them have the time to make it so that they're not overly pressured. And so this year we're like, all right, we're all in the mood. All right, yes, fine, let's go ahead. We'll go ahead with the delays. That's fine. And then news stories came out this week saying, well, actually, all it does is make crunch happen longer.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's unfortunate and it sucks. And
did you see the picture of the CD Projekt Red guy, the lead of that studio?
No.
Okay, I gotta pull this picture up.
Yeah.
This is too good not to share with everyone. I'm gonna send this to you, and then I'm gonna send it to myself to pull up off my phone.
Okay.
All right, so let's see. So we're gonna.
Oh yeah, Ethan, you're right. Like that's the thing is more time is going to make the game better.
Yeah,
sure.
like Miyamoto said this: a delayed game is temporary, a bad game is forever.
Yeah.
Which it's not as true anymore, but
right.
I get the sentiment.
Yep.
But even then, like a game launching in a shitty state is still not ideal.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna go and pull up something off my FOSS book.
So while you're pulling that up, I knew Final Fantasy VII was pushed. I didn't realize it was only for a month. That doesn't seem too bad.
Yeah, it's just a shame that Persona 5 comes out before it and no one will care. At least that's my case. Like, it was like, oh cool, I get a month to finish Final Fantasy VII. Now it's like, oh cool, I don't get to care about Final Fantasy VII anymore.
Right. Yeah. No, there will be tons of people who are like foaming at the mouth for that game.
No doubt.
For our coverage, I don't know
like
how much Final Fantasy VII we're gonna do.
Well, yeah, because I'm already planning to basically play Persona for a month straight.
Right.
So. All right. Let me. Yeah. So for everyone here, this is what crunching over the course of 12 years does to you.
Yeah. Yep.
The first picture, he started in 2004. The last picture is E3 last year.
It kind of sucks.
I mean, at least that guy's like the head of the studio, so he cares. But
I mean, that's also very selective pictures. He could be totally fine, but yeah, like
exactly.
Yeah, they need to. I think the discussion I read was that the only real solution is just better management from the people deciding the schedules of these things. That's the only thing that we can do. There's nothing we can.
The thing is though is like, and I can speak and I can say this because I work in a business that does this shit as well. It's never gonna. I'm not gonna say it's never gonna happen, but it's very unlikely it's gonna happen anytime soon or well. Especially in an industry where young 20-somethings who have the energy to do this shit and don't have families are literally crawling over each other to get into it.
Sure.
And unfortunately so.
Yeah.
And then you have guys like the Cuphead guys who are basically willing to kill themselves for 2 years straight to make their dream come true on their terms.
Right.
But basically what it is, it's like if you want to make games in a lot of cases, or even do the kind of stuff we're doing here, you kind of have to give up a lot of your fucking free time and ability to do shit.
Which, when it's on your terms, that's fine.
Right. Well, yes, obviously. Like if someone a paymaster was telling us to post to Instagram, I'd be like, fuck this motherfucker.
Right.
Now it's just each other telling each other to post to Instagram.
And it's makes me wish we could make games with just primarily like smaller studios, but we wouldn't be able to get a lot of those AAA games that we love.
Yeah, like the problem there is then you're getting like, okay, I mean that's fine, but then you're just getting a bunch of Kakarots.
Well, I mean, if you can get people who do great game design and make a great game that entertains.
That entertains, but like there's, let's be real, there are certain games, Red Dead Redemption, Final Fantasy VII, The Last of Us, Doom, that are a certain level of spectacle and a certain level of scale that require a lot of dudes.
Right. The thing is, if it meant that people weren't being worked to death and they still made like a good game, it just wasn't as as much spectacle, I would totally make that sacrifice.
I mean, yeah, plenty of people would. In my case, it's like, are they willing to do that? Is my question. It's not a like, okay, is this at gunpoint you're fired or not, or like, are you like, because if they're if they're like the Cuphead guys where they're just like, they're crazy and all about it, like, yeah, fine, you do what you want, bro. Like, yeah, that's because like if it was financially viable, I would be on this shit 18 hours a day, streaming and cutting together video and, doing stuff for our audience. So I get it, there's, that there are just some people who have like the bandwidth to do that kind of shit. I don't, I have it until I hit a burnout point. That's what happens to me. It's like, I am a fucking, like, I am a sun that burns bright and hot until it explodes, and then I need like a solid 3 weeks away. And I know my own work pattern because of that. So I'm trying to manage it a little better.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's one of those things. Yeah, Ethan says a delayed game is eventually good. A rushed game sucks forever. Kind of paraphrasing, but yeah. So yeah, like it's one of those things where I think that like there could be hey, this video game was developed ethically, and you put that sticker on the box.
They were talking about that too. Yep.
Yeah, it's like it's an extra $10 or $20. Like maybe that's something you do.
Maybe. And then of course there's been the long discussed talk of finally unionizing people working in the games industry, which it's been a young industry, but it's been making it's making more money than the film industry at this point. Yeah. Like they should really, I don't know what it's got to take, but that's got to happen.
It's got to. Here's the thing. What it's gonna take is it's gonna take a bunch of. It's gonna take It's not gonna take the old guys in the workforce. No. It's gonna take the guys who are like just out of college, 22, 23, 24, not taking whatever they can get because they want to work in games.
Right.
And being like, okay, no, we're gonna unionize it, and like, because right now, if I'm pretty much any developer, I can go and say, hey, I need a programmer, and have like 10 dudes fresh out of college who all want to work in video games.
Sure.
Yeah. And yeah, they may leave and say fuck off, and once they finish their first project, because they can get paid more and get treated better, programming, doing almost anything else. But I got that one project, and now I can go, and now I, as shitty business owner, can go grab another college kid. Like, there you go. Now, what? So yeah, like that that's what's gonna take is that, and enough like that, and to be fair, enough outrage from the general public when stories like this come out, and employees speaking out. But once again, that does include that young crowd saying "fuck you, no."
And I think this specific set of delays introduces that next step towards that eventual, tipping point, because the last few years was, all right, crunch sucks, so let's delay it. Let's get more time. And then I think with this set of notable delays, the stories have come out saying, well, delays don't help. So.
Well, so, and also you need to remember, like, culture as well, because Japanese work culture is a lot different than American work culture.
Yes.
So, like, the Japanese work culture, like, it's very common to, like, work 12 hours a day, no questions asked.
Right.
Across any job. So, like.
But.
Right, but, like, they're a different culture. Like, it is what it is. Like, they.
I mean, yeah, but I'm talking about, like, yeah.
Like,
at least for America
West,
right now.
In the West, yes, it's fucked. Yeah. Like, yes, I agree with you. In the West, it's fucked. Like that's its own. And like I said, what's it gonna take? It's gonna take that sticker that says this video game was developed ethically, blah 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 blah. Like that.
It'll probably take a combination of those things we've discussed. We just have to see where the discourse goes.
I think you need more Red Dead Redemption stories to come out. And it can't be like, from what I've heard from CD Projekt, like CD Projekt Red had like a scandal like this when The Witcher 3 happened, and apparently they fixed some working conditions. So it's just a matter of, like, your studio having a scandal. All right, later, Parker. Thank you for tuning in, Duder.
Thanks, Parker.
Yeah, like that's
sometimes that helps, but sometimes it only helps, like, incrementally,
Anything helps, dude. Like, that's the thing.
I know, but there's a lot going wrong right now.
It's gonna be a slow progress. Like, it's going to.
It is.
Like, even if, like, unionization happens, even that is going to be its own slow, shitty process.
Yes, but it would be faster than the pace that we're going at now,
for sure.
Unfortunately. But yep. So.
And then there's also the fact that, like, unions may not necessarily fully help. Like, because I've had.
Sure.
I've definitely. My uncle works in a carpenters union, and he fully believes in it, but he's even said, I've definitely had more benefit than negatives with the union, but I've also been dicked over by the union on a couple occasions.
Yeah, unions aren't a fix-all thing. They need to be run in an ideal manner, and sometimes that doesn't happen.
It's why the Twinkie went out of business for like 4 years. The union, like, because the thing about a union is a union can ask for too much.
Sure.
And then it just, like, the business can't sustain itself because it's like, well, now we're focusing all our employees. It's this weird, like, yeah, you have to thread a very, and, like, video games are such this weird thing because it's, like, this very technical, high skill thing, but it's also an art that a lot of people love and want to work in.
Yep.
So they're willing to, like, compromise on certain things to do it. So yeah. Series of delays, though, as for the particular games. Marvel Avengers from early May, September. Cyberpunk mid-April to September. And then Final Fantasy from early March to mid-April. So this still goes with my thing, looking at my release calendar. Oh, look, Doom is still sitting there unmoved.
Yep.
And Persona 5 Royal comes out like days before Resident Evil and Final Fantasy. Yeah. So it's just like, dude, those two aren't happening, unfortunately. Like, I need to play this 100-hour game. I need to play this 100-hour game that I've already played part of.
Oh, man.
So yeah, those happened, and then we had the Smash story, of course.
Oh, the Smash story. Oh, always a fun time on the internet.
Yeah, no, like, dude. Oh. So they announced the new character for Smash Bros.
Sure did. Sora. Dante.
Did you watch Mighty Keith's video?
No.
Oh my god, it was too funny. It was too good. I'll send it to you. They're just the sad Naruto music kicks in during the announcement, and like the literal physical interpretation of Naruto comes in and starts whooping their asses. Or not Naruto, Fire Emblem. But yeah, so.
So, hey, you like Fire Emblem?
I guess.
You guess.
Yeah, Fire Emblem's alright.
I don't think I've ever played a Fire Emblem game.
Do you how do you feel about waifus and husbandos?
It sounds all right.
How do you feel about chess?
Fine.
Okay, then you'll probably enjoy it.
Okay.
A lot of waifus, a lot of husbandos. Go on though.
All right. Sounds good.
So they announced this new character.
Yep.
What is their name?
Yes.
Bleth, Bloth, Blue, 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 Blue.
Only since Awakening. Oh. Okay. Well.
Hold on. I'll get the IGN page pulled up for it.
Byleth. Beleth.
Byleth, that's it.
Byleth. All right.
But yeah, man, like, I'm like, really? Like, if this was like a character that was in the middle of the season, fine. Like, whatever.
Sure.
But it's more of a just like, this is the end of season character. And like, in a season that has had Banjo-Kazooie, Joker, Terry Bogard, and Dragon Quest Warrior, for it to close on like, you know, like they look fun, like from their abilities and the way they play and everything. They look cool.
Okay.
But that said, it's like, dude, this is totally like. First off, Sakurai loves Fire Emblem.
Okay.
It's the whole reason that Roy and Marth made it into It made it into Melee.
Okay.
But yeah. Yeah, no. That's
Various reactions.
yeah, like it's like it's I'm fine with it. I'm not well, I shouldn't say I'm fine with it. I should say I'm like mostly indifferent to it.
Well, right.
Like I'm annoyed because it's another Fire Emblem swordsman, but at least the style indicates that they changed things quite a bit. Byleth.
As someone who doesn't play Smash Bros, like the one interesting thing about what Smash Bros has been doing has been adding characters outside of Nintendo, and almost taking on a video game museum-esque kind of roster.
It's all characters that have just every single character. It's like, have you been on a Nintendo platform? We'll put you on.
Right.
And just like I sent Ethan a list of like possible options that they could have gone with, like Dante, Beautiful Joe, Wonder Red, Wonder Blue, like long list of characters, Doom Guy.
Sure.
Or sorry, the Doom Slayer. Sorry, the name changed. Sora. And then for them to go with like another Fire Emblem character, it's just like, come on, bros.
Yeah.
So.
More swords.
No. More sword. At least this sword changes.
Okay.
Like that's a plus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the sword changes around and whatnot.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Like that. Like fine. That's my take on that. Is like fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
I'm glad
bad.
I didn't get up at like 6:30 in the morning to see it.
Yeah, no, I remember Kevin over at Kind of Funny just like screaming like, I got up at 5 a.m. for this. Yeah, like
Yep.
like and I'm like, yeah, if I got up at 5 a.m. for this, I'd be pissed too.
Sure.
Yeah, Mm-hmm. So,
All right.
all right. Well, and let me double check. I think that's about it.
Let's see here.
You got anything?
Oh, of course, I scrolled way past it. Yeah, Byleth. Horizon Zero Dawn's coming to PC.
Oh yeah. So, oh yeah, that's a thing. So
Yep.
yeah, rumors of Horizon. Which I mean, hey, 3 years late, but 3 years late, but you know, like that's cool.
Like Nintendo's probably not ever going to put anything on PC, but like
Nintendo is the hardcore adopts. They're just like, we will die first.
and then Microsoft has all the reason to move to PC in or be able to have their games, play on PC.
And Sony is very much Sony does too, because Sony is they're doing it too late, but they realizing what Microsoft realizes, like, shit, we need to get people in the ecosystem.
This is the thing.
We don't need people to buy our fucking box, even though it's great when they do. Big plus. Right. But we need a profit for us. It does this, that, and the other. We need people to get in our fucking ecosystem. And they're realizing that through Game Pass. Notice they've started to push PlayStation Now a little bit. They, it still sucks as a service and isn't as good as Game Pass, but it exists. And like, man, I was actually playing my Xbox last night, and I logged into Game Pass, and I'm like sitting here, I'm looking through all these games, and I'm like, this is fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is like the best deal in video games. Like, if I was like 13, 14, 12 again, like, I would never tell my parents to get a PS4. Almost ever.
Right.
Because I could convince my parents to pay $10 a month. To have unlimited video games, basically. Of all genres. And I was looking at that, and then I'm looking at it, and like, I know, and then like, I love the fact that like, I played some KI on my PC this week, and I love that I booted up and I had all my stuff from my console version. And I was just like, they get it. They get it. They understand that it is about the network and connecting everything together and making it cheap and convenient.
Yep.
That's
what's needed.
And, to be fair, they understand for the enthusiasts, they can throw a lot of money in an ultra-powerful box if they want it. But that's not the fucking point.
Right.
The point is getting you in the ecosystem and getting you to spend fucking money. They get it.
They finally are getting it.
Especially because I was on Game Pass, and I was looking at Gears, and they're like, oh yeah, spend money for this stuff in Gears of War if you have Game Pass. And I'm like, oh, you can still buy add-ons for Game Pass games. That's fucking genius.
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
Fucking A.
So, this is the beginning. Let's keep going.
I'm just picturing Cell pointing to his brain.
Yep.
I mean, it is awesome. Like, I have my PC version booted up, and it is super cool that I can be like, look at this list of games here and go, oh, totally accurate battle simulator. Totally want to try that out. Click, download. 20 minutes later, booting it up, good to go.
Yep.
So,
it's nice.
But yeah, no, great. And here's the thing. I'm very much one of those people where the more people that can play rad games, the better. I personally didn't love Horizon. A lot of people do. Fucking great.
Yep.
Fucking great.
Good.
Everyone should be able to play Horizon if they want to play it.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
And then this feels like ages ago, but it actually happened shortly after our Gamecast last week.
Mm-hmm.
But you mentioned that Xbox is going to be at E3, and Sony had announced it during this past week that it was not again.
Right. Which we went over that last week, actually, I thought. Oh, it was a rumor last week. It's confirmed this week.
It was confirmed this week. And then on that same day of the confirmation, E3 put out this statement, and I'm going to read it. E3 is a signature event celebrating the video game industry and showcasing the people, brands, and innovations redefining entertainment loved by billions of people around the world.
E3 sell me a shitty used car, Daddy.
I'm going. E3 2020 will be an exciting, high-energy show featuring new experiences, partners, exhibitor spaces, activations, and programming that will entertain new and veteran attendees alike.
So you know that scene in The Wolf of Wall Street where he's on the phone with that guy, and he's just like he's like just, you know, where like he's just making all the hand signals to like fuck this guy.
Yep.
And then he's gonna fuck this guy, and he's just like, you know, he says, okay, yeah, okay, put it through. And then he just fuck, like, metaphorically is spreading his ass cheeks and fucking him. That's what I feel like reading this person was trying to do.
Exhibitor interest in our new activations is gaining the attention of brands that view E3 as a key opportunity to connect with video game fans worldwide.
I'm never going to another E3. I will go to PAX instead. I posted on my Twitter and Facebook this week that I'm glad I got to go to the last good E3. And it was amazing. Sure. That's going to be my last E3 was wild. I will never have another press event like that, most likely.
Okay.
I've told you that story.
I think you have.
It was the really crazy one. There were porn stars involved, man.
Yeah, well, that sounds like the video game industry. Like, granted, the video game industry from, like, the early 2000s, but, yeah.
But, yeah, like, this was, like, 2017, but...
Yeah. Oh, my God. So, yeah, E3 is trying to save face during this, and granted, E3 is still happening, and Xbox is showing up, and...
Nintendo will be there, I guess, but...
Yeah, doing Treehouse or something, right?
Yeah, but like they can do Treehouse from their own studio in Washington.
Well,
I feel
that's
like
the thing.
The only benefit to this is the press is already there, and that's why they're doing it there.
But do you think the press shows up after what happened with their info getting leaked?
I think big enough outlets will. I
sure.
think like dudes that I know personally aren't going for that reason.
Yes.
So, you know. Yeah, like I think that E3's done.
Yeah,
GG.
We haven't had like the clear signal that it's happening, but like all the elements for it to finally get whisked away are here.
Mm-hmm.
At least as far as like a convention for press and developers to get together and talk about the games and maybe
do business
towards like and do business and more towards like a PAX kind of thing. But
yeah,
in LA,
it's now shitty PAX. Great,
right.
Cheers. Here's shitty PAX. Shitty LA marketed PAX. Yum yum yum.
So we'll have to see what the press attendance is like. We'll have to see what the crowd attendance is like.
God.
2020, another big year. Another big thing about this year for games is how does E3 handle this downslide?
They're dead, man. They're dying. That's how.
I know, but we need to see. I want to see the straw that breaks the camel's back. That's what I want to know.
You want to see them take Old Yeller out back and shoot them. That's what you want.
What is like where we're at right now is Grandpappy is looking at Old Yeller and is thinking about it.
Yeah,
and
man,
it's like I don't know if we should let this go another day or not.
Yeah, man, Old Yeller bit the mailman the other day. Like he didn't know who he was. Like we're gonna have to do it, Grandpa.
Maybe he's just sick. Maybe if we give it another day, maybe he'll come around. Just let him sleep.
Yeah. Well,
wake him up tomorrow and see how he feels.
God, I wish I would have saved that presentation so I can just yell shit from it. That E3 presentation.
Yeah.
Advertainment. No, Q-tainment. That's what it was.
Q-tainment was what it was. Yeah. A bad term, and it's a term that describes being entertained while you're waiting in a goddamn line for this video game.
And not like in a fun PAX way.
No.
Like where we do sing-alongs and they do trivia and like board games, but as in a like, here, let's advertise to you.
At least that's how they're positioning it to other businesses.
Oh, what was the thing that they said where it was just like goodwill, like they're
Oh, they were
stockpiling
trying to. Yeah,
goodwill,
it's yeah.
like oh
Yep.
fuck,
Trying
dude.
to stockpile their goodwill so that next time bad press comes out, they said, "Remember when we did this? Remember when we did this?
I
We did this."
I should have saved this article.
Ugh.
I should have saved it.
It's on the internet forever. So
Yeah, I'll go track that down for next week so I can bring it up again and be like, this is why E3 is dead and it's gross.
uh,
Um,
all right.
so we got a couple things. So first off, chat. Do you have any questions? Questions, comments, concerns from the chat, or the last week's podcast, this week's podcast? Anything you want to do? While you're getting those questions ready, we're gonna promote our shit. So tomorrow at what time, Aaron?
It says on the schedule down here 7:30.
That's what I thought you wanted to do. 7:30. Is it 7:30?
I mean, I usually do 7, but
Well, I noticed you normally start at 7:30, so I was.
you know what? You're actually right. That actually might be good. Is if I do
Okay.
7:30, because yeah,
Okay, yeah, that's why I updated both of them. I was like, he normally doesn't get on until 7:30.
I get the stream going at 7, and then I'm frantically setting up stuff still.
I think you should put 7:30.
So if we could put 7:30 for the Thursday as well, that might be good.
Yeah, okay, so 7:30, he's doing Pokemon Mondays, where he streams Pokemon every single Monday.
I'm streaming Pokemon, and there will be it's gonna be special.
You want to
this
be the
week.
very best, like no one ever was.
So I'm gonna explain for the podcast here. It's not going to start until the feature's starting tomorrow on Monday, but the special bit's happening next week. So what we're doing this week is we're going to explore what the rest of this post-game content for Sword and Shield is. I don't know what's going on. It's just a bunch of assholes with really bad hair being dicks to us. So
Okay.
they took a sword artifact, so we got to go get it back. So I want to see what's going on there. We're gonna try and get through as much as we can. Next week we are going to be playing Pokemon starting from Red.
Ooh, baby!
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to watch this. I might mod your chat during this shit.
All right. We got we're gonna be starting at Fire Red, and I am going to be talking with a Pokemon friend of mine to see how feasible this is and all that. But I'm planning on doing what I'm calling a Ranger run,
Okay.
which any of you know Pokemon Ranger, the Pokemon Ranger games. You are a Pokemon Ranger. You have one partner Pokemon, and that's all the Pokemon you get. And you befriend Pokemon in each area. So I'll be running through with one Pokemon, and we're gonna be catching Pokemon along the way, and then we have to release them near the area that we picked them up from. While we're doing that, we are going to be ranking very slowly across the entire series. We're going to be ranking every single Pokemon.
As in the individual monsters or the individual games?
Individual monsters.
Oh, dear Lord.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, so...
We're doing all of them.
All right. So that's what we got going on Mondays.
Yep.
Thursday, that's Aaron's variety stream. He just plays what he likes.
We're going to try and play, more up-to-date games when they're available. Like I might get Kakarot soon here, so maybe we'll do a double dose of Kakarot.
Kakarot!
See what that's about.
You're the one who's gonna die! God damn, I love Bardock so much. Bardock,
so
best yeller.
Yes. Oh, I don't know. There's a lot of good yellers in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, but he just has this just intensity. Like when you do that level 3, he's like, "You're the one that's gonna die." Frieza. Oh, my throat.
So good. Yeah. No. Careful.
Oh, good. I spilled water.
So we'll probably change our on the schedule that says 7:00. We'll probably change that to 7:30.
Yeah, and then on Fridays, I do variety streams.
Yes.
So this week is gonna be Resident Evil 2 and Kakarot. Once we slow down a little bit, And then I'm pretty much committed to doing Saturdays at 8:30 as well. I'm just not putting it on the schedule yet till I can confirm.
Okay.
In which it'll probably be more variety streams. And if I finally do confirm Saturdays, then I'll probably end up doing Friday night fights and then Saturday night variety.
Cool.
So, but for now, we're just going to go variety and then mystery for Saturday. So, chat, do you have any questions? We'll give you a good little bit of time to get that ready. If not, I think that's our week. Please follow us on the Instagrams and the Twitters. So on and so forth.
We're on YouTube as well.
Yes, you can follow us on YouTube.
That's where we're uploading archives of these podcasts.
Yeah.
And then we're working on some more content to throw up on other places.
We're working on clips. We're working on story time. Those all go up on the YouTube. Yep. And then you can catch us on the Gram and the Twitter. If you really like us, you can You can get in our Discord, completely open. And please follow, guys. Follow us so we can continue so you can catch all our rad content. You can get and then if you really like us, sub all the content, all the sub benefits go to helping us things like that mixer that Aaron bought and like the lighting that we both desperately need and things like that. So, thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you.
None of you are all that anything that inquisitive to say. Apparently, we love you. You're the best.
Yep.
And we'll be back. Tomorrow actually.
We'll be back. I'll be on tomorrow, and then we're always available on Discord. So.
Yep, you can harass us in Discord. Subs do get first priority though.
Yep.
All right. Later, guys.
Have a good week, everyone.
Mm-hmm.